Imagine having over 800 elite hacking tools preloaded on a super lightweight Linux distro that runs smooth even on your old laptop, while keeping big tech from spying on every move you make. What if I told you there's an OS that's beating Kali at its own game for privacy, speed, and real-world penetration testing in 2026? And it's 100% free. That's Parrot OS 7.1, the ultimate framework hackers and security pros swear by. Stick around because in the next 10 minutes, I'm showing you exactly why it's exploding in popularity. Let's dive in. First off, what exactly is Parrot OS? Parrot OS is a free open source Linux distribution based on Debian. It's designed primarily for security professionals, penetration testers, digital forensics experts, and anyone who values privacy in their daily computing. Launched back in 2013 by the Parrot project in Italy, it has grown into a powerhouse with over 50 million downloads worldwide. What sets it apart from something like Ubuntu or Kali Linux, Parrot focuses on being lightweight, modular, and always up to date with the latest security tools, while also being user-friendly for beginners. The latest version as of early 2026 is Parrot OS 7.1. which brings some exciting updates like the Linux kernel 6.17 for better hardware support, fixes for boot issues on certain laptops, and even more refined toolsets. It's built on Debian 13, uses KDE Plasma 6 as the default desktop environment with Wayland for smoother graphics, and includes modern toolchains like Python 3.13 and GCC 14.2. Plus, it's now got official support for RISC-V architecture alongside AMD 64, ARM 64, and even ARM HF for devices like Raspberry Pi. Parrot OS comes in several editions to suit different needs. The flagship is the Security Edition. This is the one packed with over 800 pre-installed tools for pen testing, forensics, and red team operations. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for cybersecurity right out of the box. Tools include classics like Metasploit for exploitation, Nmap for network scanning, Wireshark for packet analysis, Burp Suite for web testing, and even newer additions like Bloodhound Pi for Active Directory attacks and Trufflehog for secret scanning. Then there's the Home Edition, which is lighter and geared toward everyday use, privacy-focused browsing, and software development. It doesn't come with all the pen testing tools preloaded, but you can install them manually via the package manager, making it super customizable. If you're into building your own setup, check out the Architect Edition. It's a minimal base where you pick and choose components during installation. For embedded devices or IoT, there's the IoT Edition, optimized for low-power hardware like Raspberry Pi. And if you're on Windows, you can run Parrot via WSL, that's Windows Subsystem for Linux, or in a virtual machine with pre-built images for VirtualBox, VMware, or even UTM on Apple Silicon. They also offer Docker containers for cloud deployments, so it's incredibly versatile whether you're on bare metal, in the cloud, or virtualized. Now, let's talk system requirements because Parrot is surprisingly lightweight. The minimum specs are pretty forgiving. A dual-core processor, at least 1 to 2 gigabytes of RAM, and 20 gigabytes of storage. But for a smooth experience, especially with the Security Edition and multitasking, aim for a quad-core CPU, 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 4 to 60 gigabytes of storage. But for a smooth experience, especially with the Security Edition and multitasking, aim for a quad-core CPU, 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 40 to 60 gigabytes of storage. It runs fine on older hardware, but if you're doing heavy forensics or running virtual machines inside it, more RAM is your friend. Graphics? No acceleration needed. It's all about CPU and memory for most tasks. Installation is straightforward. Download the ISO from the official site, verify the hashes for security, and boot from a USB. The Calamares installer is intuitive. Choose your edition, partition your drive, and you're set. It supports full disk encryption out of the box for added privacy. If you're dual booting with Windows, it handles Grub bootloader seamlessly, especially with the fixes in 7.1. Once installed, you're greeted by the KDE Plasma 6 desktop. It's clean, modern, and highly customizable. Wayland support means better performance on higher DPI screens and improved security against keyloggers. The default theme is dark and sleek, with a Parrot-specific rising that keeps it lightweight. No bloat here. You get a familiar layout, bottom panel with app launcher, system tray, and virtual desktops. Pre-installed apps include Firefox ESR for secure browsing, LibreOffice for productivity, and VLC for media. But the real magic is in the features. Parrot is modular, meaning you can install only what you need via app. It uses a rolling release model for security tools, so you're always getting the latest updates without waiting for major OS versions. This keeps vulnerabilities patched and tools current. Let's break down the core features. First, penetration testing. Parrot Security Edition is loaded for this. Fire up Metasploit and you can simulate exploits on vulnerable machines. Nmap lets you scan networks for open ports and services, essential for recon. For web apps, Burp Suite and OWASP Zap handle proxying and vulnerability scanning. Wireless attacks, Aircrack NG and Reaver are there. And for post-exploitation, tools like Empire and Covenant for command and control. Digital forensics is another strong suit. Tools like Autopsy for disk imaging, Volatility for memory analysis, and SleuthKit for file system forensics make it a go-to for investigators. You can mount evidence drives, read-only, carve deleted files, and generate reports. Parrot even includes GuiMajor for acquiring disk images securely. For privacy and anonymity, Parrot shines. AnonSurf integrates Tor and I2P for anonymous browsing. Route all your traffic through Tor with one command. It blocks ads, trackers, and even has MAC address spoofing. Cryptography tools like GNU-PG for encryption, Veracrypt for encrypted volumes, and MAT2 for metadata stripping keep your data safe. No telemetry or data collection. It's all about user freedom. Development-wise, Parrot Home is great for coders. It comes with VS Code, Git, and support for languages like Python, Ruby, and Go. The rolling updates mean you get the latest libraries without hassle. Plus, with Docker support, you can spin up containers for testing apps securely. One cool new addition in Parrot 7 is the integration of AI-assisted tools. For example, there's an AI automated hacking tool that helps with reconnaissance and vulnerability scanning. Think of it as an intelligent assistant that suggests exploits based on scan results. It's still emerging, but it lowers the barrier for beginners while speeding up pros. Parrot also emphasizes community and openness. The source code is on GitLab, and you can contribute via bug reports or code. With partnerships from universities and companies, it's trusted in real-world scenarios. Use cases? For ethical hackers, it's perfect for CTF challenges or bug bounties. Security pros use it for red teaming enterprise networks. Forensics experts rely on it for investigation. Even privacy enthusiasts use the Home Edition as a daily driver to avoid big tech tracking. And for educators, it's a safe way to teach cybersecurity without risking production systems. Of course, no OS is perfect. Some of the pros: vast toolset, lightweight, free, and highly secure. Some of the cons: the learning curve if you're new to Linux, occasional tool conflicts and rolling updates, and it's not as polished for general desktop use as something like Mint. But for its niche, it's unbeatable. Whether you're pen testing, protecting your privacy, or developing secure apps, it delivers. Download it today from parrotsec.org. Give it a spin in a VM first, and let me know in the comments, have you used Parrot? What's your favorite tool? If this video helped, like and share it. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.